Use the Shop Talk discount code to save 8% when purchasing all of those great tools at TruTechTools.com. How do you personally deal with those situations where you may have lost your temper in the past? How did you correct that? Or is there any explanation on how you surpassed succumbing to that?
The biggest thing is awareness. Awareness is one of the things that has given me the best perspective on how to handle this, is trying to be aware of what I've done, thinking before I respond. One of the things that we tend to do is we speak before our brain kicks into action. I know I've been guilty of this more times than I care to admit, but just pausing. And then the other thing is trying to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Most people don't mess up intentionally, and just trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. And that came from a lot of years of messing up and assuming the worst of people, and that, how could they do this? And you automatically assume people intend to screw up. Most people don't. Things just happen. Yeah. And trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. And what I found, Rob Falk taught me this a lot in addition to my dad, that you expect the best out of people, and a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times they'll meet your expectations. You expect the worst out of somebody, and you think that they're gonna, you're distrustworthy, and they'll also do that.
Yeah, like your goal setting, you will reach the point in which you envision you're going to go to. You'll see the thing that you envision is happening. I found that's true in most cases. I mean, just looking at, growing up a little bit, becoming more mature, and looking at the same issue and seeing it a totally different way, and a way that you could handle it without losing your temper, or just not just being eat up by it. I mean, losing your temper is not exactly right, because it wouldn't happen, but you would dwell on something, or it would eat at you and cause your performance to go down. You got to move on.
Yep.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Overthinking is one of the worst things that we can do.
Oh yeah.
And if you don't think you overthink, think back to the last time you did some windshield troubleshooting. You were overthinking.
No, it's every time. You kidding me?
Yeah. You wait until, because what we do is we once again start to set up expectations that may not happen, and they'll completely mess up our perception. So making sure that we get the facts. But I think the biggest thing, Zach, was awareness. It was me just being aware of not only how I sounded, because sometimes I come off as a little gruff, and it's how I am. I don't mean to be that way, but I can't remember who it was. We were at a trade show, and this one guy came up and he said, "Mr. Richardson is intimidating as ever." And I was like, really?
I would have never thought that.
I never saw myself that way, but I guess I did. So I tried to be conscious of that ever since, because that's not who I am. But every one of us that are listening to this, people take us and perceive us a certain way. So make sure it's the truth, because I try not to be that way. I hope I'm not that way. But that's how that guy saw me. I won't mention his name because he might be listening. So you know who you are. Thank you. But that was his perception, and that perception, that's his reality. So I didn't want that to be mine. So I was trying to put the best foot forward. So
that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. If you start to think from behind someone else's eyes, you may get a real look at something in yourself that you weren't willing to see. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I found that's true in myself, and it's always negative things. Fancy that.
It is, and that's where you got to be careful with the overthinking part of it, because you tend to amplify things that really aren't that big of a deal, and you may underestimate things that aren't. So, kind of, I guess, like you're wanting to wrap up our topic here, with these incredible traits, they're not just for installers. Everybody's got them, and you probably know a lot of people that have them. I'm sure a lot of you listening to this have got those traits. Keep working on them. Keep doing them. I know it's a constant battle. Anybody that puts off a show like they're perfect and they don't make any mistakes, they need you to show them these 4 traits more than anybody else. So it's usually somebody covering up for something. We're all wearing masks, and we're all like bad and poorly installed HVAC equipment. We're all broken at some point in time. You just never know when. Yeah.
It would be great if we could all be completely unguarded in this area. Maximize learning, but good luck with that. I'm like, we instinctively defend ourselves.
Post photos of your installation on the internet and just watch what happens. The cackling hyenas will come out of the woods.
What you think is great, think again.
That's that perception thing.
That wouldn't pass code. You'd be fired
You're
at my
happy with
company.
Well, and keep in mind what code stands for too. That they never said well. And let's go back to the measurement thing, and I'll shut up. The measurement thing, because every single system is custom, and you guys you've listened to me on the show before. You know that the equipment's not the system; it's a component in the system that you build. The system is everything; it's all encompassing. Measurements, these aspects of incredible installers, allow you to test that system and prove what it's doing. You guys create the system. Don't ever forget that. That's something you need to remember. You're responsible.
It's a source of pride. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
The good pride.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's a good thing. I think I feel better about installers already. I might even go back to installing. No. Let's stop there. That's okay.
That's where we go back on and we just focus on those good memories.
Yeah, I got enough awareness to know I'm aware I'm not going back to doing that, for sure.
I don't know if I physically can. My knees will start swelling up.
Yeah, that's good. I'm just going to go with that too. I mean, that's probably true as well. I'm just going to say I can't physically do it. David, your contact
rafter knee
info.
is a real thing. So.
Okay. Before you give it, rafter knee, and you were talking about, not to be crude, but butt cracks earlier. We used to call it joist crack from sitting in the rafters. It was called joist crack. Just so people know. That could be your hashtag for today.
Okay. Hey, what a great one.
Yeah.
Contact info. If you guys want to write it down, easiest way to get in touch with me is my email address. Do not call the office because it probably won't ever make it to me, so email me. It's davidr@ncihvac.com. That is davidr@ncihvac.com.